All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today
Yeah,
we're really diving into a fascinating topic.
absolutely.
We're going to be taking a look at Michael Saylor
Okay.
and specifically his strategy when it comes to Bitcoin.
Interesting.
We've got some excerpts here that really lay out his approach, and I
Right.
think you're going to find this really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to hear this.
It's pretty clear from these excerpts that
Yeah.
he's not messing around. He's
Yeah.
really serious about this.
Yeah, I mean, what really stands out to me right away is that Saylor doesn't see Bitcoin as just like your typical investment, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's like this whole buy and never sell philosophy he's got.
Right.
And it comes from this like core belief that Bitcoin is a deflationary asset.
Deflationary, huh?
Yeah.
So kind of the opposite of what we're used to seeing with like the US dollar.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. Governments can print more money,
Right.
and, that can lead to inflation.
Makes sense.
But with Bitcoin, there's a fixed supply. It's capped at 21 million coins.
Oh, wow.
And Saylor's argument is that built-in scarcity,
Right.
that's what's going to drive the value up over time, especially as more and more people want it.
Okay, so it's less about like trying to time the market perfectly and more about just holding on to it for the long haul. It's almost like he's treating it like
Yeah.
a rare collectible or something.
Exactly. Like something that's only going to get more and more valuable
Right.
over time.
Because there's a limited amount of it.
Exactly.
And that's why he suggests dollar cost averaging,
Yes.
which is basically buying a set amount regularly,
Right.
like every quarter.
Huh?
So you're not trying to guess the best moment to buy in. You're
Right.
just averaging out your cost over the long term.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, pretty smart. So let's talk about his company, MicroStrategy.
Sure.
They've been all over the news lately for buying up tons of Bitcoin,
Yeah.
like a lot of it.
Yeah, they've been making some big moves.
What's the strategy behind that?
Well, they're basically using Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. The idea is, if the value of the US dollar goes down, Bitcoin, with its limited supply, could hold its value or even go up.
So in a way, it's like,
Right.
the dollar might not buy you as much in the future,
Right.
but Bitcoin could theoretically buy you more.
Potentially. Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
digital gold in a way.
Yeah, that's a common comparison people make. But, it's important to remember, gold has had centuries to kind of establish itself as a store of value.
Right.
Bitcoin is
Yeah.
still relatively new, so it's naturally going to be a bit more volatile.
That's a good point. And gold also has industrial uses,
True.
which Bitcoin doesn't really. So
Yeah.
its value really comes from that perceived scarcity and the growing number of people using it.
Exactly. It's all about that network effect.
Yeah, fascinating.
And this is where things get really interesting, Saylor's really pushing for investors to look past those short-term price swings
Right.
and focus on the long-term potential of Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's definitely got that long-term vision.
He even famously said, hold on to your Bitcoin and let the price increase.
So just ride out the storm and trust in the long game.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's really putting his money where his mouth is.
He is.
But it does make you wonder, is this buy and hold strategy really right for everyone?
That's a great question. And, we've talked about the potential upsides,
Right.
but there are some things people really need to think about before jumping in headfirst.
Absolutely.
I mean, for one thing, Bitcoin's volatility can be pretty nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah.
Are you comfortable with the possibility of seeing some big price swings, even if it's just in the short term?
That's a really good point. And it's not like there aren't other investment options out there.
Exactly.
So while Saylor's vision is definitely compelling, it's crucial to do your own research
Absolutely.
and decide if this strategy really aligns with your own financial goals and your risk tolerance.
Couldn't agree more.
This has been a really insightful deep dive.
Mm,
And Saylor's strategy really makes you think about the future of money and investing in general.
it does.
And it's obvious that he truly believes in Bitcoin's potential in the long run.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed, whether or not to follow in his footsteps is a personal decision based on individual circumstances
Yeah.
and comfort level.
Absolutely. So Saylor's conviction is undeniable. But this all comes down to a really crucial question for you. Does the potential reward of Bitcoin outweigh the risks involved in this long game? Only you can answer that.